Minneapolis, if I can focus in Minneapolis and get Minneapolis up to the point where everybody in Minneapolis is aware that they have a right to reject elections that are unacceptable to them, a natural right and a constitutional right, whether it's written or not. And if I can do that and take out, produce a outcome of the elections where far more than the majority boycott the election by not voting in it, then I will compare that with other nations and other cities, or other cities in the nation where the news was not out, and that will produce a measurement of how much that will affect an election turnout, whether they know that they can boycott the election or not. And if they know that they can boycott an election, and much more of them do, compared to the other elections, the presidential elections, and the presidential elections this time, then we will know for sure that the knowledge that has been kept from them greatly influences the election, and they're out of business every way by every means of measurement, comparative and absolute. In other words, we can prove that they're falsifying the election results that way by not allowing, not only by not allowing the opposition to the political parties in power for being heard, but by not allowing people to hear about their right to reject elections that are unacceptable to them. And it's all solid, you know. There's no holes in it. It's like a checkmate, sure win game plan. A constitution is a contract between we individuals, the people, and we individuals, the people, and the operators of a government. And this contract guarantees our individual rights that limit their powers. And when their judges deny and justices abolish our rights, they lose their constitutional license to govern us by our consent. And there's only one way we currently communicate our consent to be governed by their elections, is by voting in them. If we don't vote, we don't consent. Get that straight. If we don't vote, we don't consent. So what they want to do is, when they've got a fraudulent election, is get us to vote. So they send out all these little parties for each batch of people, their victims that are complaining. They have established a minor party. And those minor parties, they have employed the leaders of the minor parties to get their objective, and that is to get you to consent to be governed by voting in their elections, that you know, and the leaders of those minor parties know, that they cannot win, and they admit it, and they know that the elections are fixed to re-elect political parties, yet they want you to vote in them again. And all the votes you cast against Clinton then go into Clinton's pocket. You know, are you stuck on stupid or what? You want to fade to black? That's criminally fraudulent elections that are fixed to re-elect political parties in power. And you know it, you know that you're doing something wrong. So like if you get as far as the voting booth and you reach up to try and do that, I hope you get paralyzed with bad conscience. Because if you pull that lever, you're electing a presidential military dictatorship in a time of social collapse of social order, that the Republicans still ride their Eladonk that ate America and as much of the world as they can grab. That's the evil empire. Vote against the evil empire. Vote against the New World Order. You know, that's why I don't vote. And that's why a lot of people don't vote. But they don't have the words to describe it, so they can't think about it or communicate about it or do anything about it. And what I am providing for you is words in a language of our common understanding, reason, which you are taught not to, use.